Niners coming off a bye. McCaffrey looks like he's going to be back in the mix. And then at some point, maybe Dre Greenlaw can come back from that Achilles pop during the Super Bowl. And Hufanga may be on the radar screen, and they're getting healthier and getting better. Rams are back to 500, taking on the Dolphins on Monday Night Football to wrap up this Week 10. And then, of course, you've got the Cardinals in first place right now, a game above 500. Handicap this division for me. Who do you think has the best chance to finish up the second half of the season and win it, Kurt?
I'm going to lean towards San Francisco, just because I've seen their guys. I've seen the consistency by which they play. If they get healthy and can get back to some semblance of that, that's the team from a consistency standpoint that I lean towards. The Rams to me are up and down and all over. Now, if you keep them in a game and you give Matthew Stafford the football late in a game, they can beat anybody, because they've got the playmakers if those two wide receivers are out there and their run game. But more importantly, Matthew in that moment. But he has been up and down. Like that game against Seattle, I didn't think they played very well in that game. They got some benefits from the turnovers, and then Seattle goes for it on fourth down and gives Matthew a chance, and he's going to make those plays over and over. But I just don't know if I feel comfortable with their team as a whole to say they're going to be there. And I would say the same thing about the Cardinals, is that if they can run the football, they'll have a chance, because I love James Conner and I love their power run game. Again, Kyler Murray to me is a roller coaster ride. Is that some games it's like, wow, like, can we just get that every week? And then there's other games where he's it's hard to even find him, in making plays. And then their defense has kind of been the same way, a roller coaster ride. So just from that standpoint, and it probably has nothing to do with what San Francisco's really done this year, as much as knowing those names, knowing they've been there, getting those guys healthy. I just believe there's going to be more level of consistency with the 49ers down the stretch than I can expect from those other two teams.
I mean, Kyler doesn't look like he's just running around and trying to make a play anymore, right? It looks to me more, what's the lack of a better phrase? I wouldn't say normal. It just looks more game planned and more under control.
More under control.
Right? I mean.
But so kind of what I see with Kyler is that, with each given play, he's going to kind of pick a guy that he thinks he's going to throw it to.
Okay.
And if he can throw it to that guy, he's always really, really good. But then usually from that guy, he goes to a check down more than he goes to kind of number 2 or number 3 in the progression. And it's one thing that I think he does really well is that when he's not sure, he's going to get you a positive play by not running around as much, but knowing where his check down is and complete it. But in doing that, what you see from this team is they throw for 140 yards a game, because to me, the best teams in the league, you will push the ball down the field, you will make the big play over and over again, and you can't just settle for checkdowns, more times than not in a game. And that's the step that Kyler needs to take. If you give him his first guy open, he is a gifted thrower, and he will make that throw. But sometimes you got to go from one and get the big play at number 2 instead of just getting the check down, because that's the difference-making play that takes your team from a really good run team, and a meddling passing team to a team that's dangerous every time you step on the field, and that's the thing that's missing. And so it's been fun to watch him make strides in different areas throughout his career. That's the next step that I think he has to take.